All right,
All good?
good to go.
All right, we'll call this meeting of the Buckfield Select Board to order for Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 at 6:32 p.m. And we do have a quorum tonight. Consent agenda.
I make a motion that we accept the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Further discussion. We'll look through the reports.
Please.
Library was pretty light this week. They held 13 programs at the library in March. 3 book clubs are popular with 3 different meeting times for book discussions. Neil Lawson's been doing tech support at the library, helping out people that might have techie questions. He does this on Wednesday evenings, starting in April. They'll come once a month on the 3rd Wednesday of each month from 5:30 to 7 p.m. They're continuing their inventory of the library collection, adding books which have been donated by patrons. They renewed their community pass for the Maine Mineral and Gem Museum, and the Friends of the Library will be purchasing a community pass for the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens in May, which I do believe they purchased last year for them as well. And they're planning a summer reading program for children, which will be for 5 weeks. The fire department, I apologize on this one. Adam had submitted his stuff last week. Or last month, I didn't notice it, but for February through March 31st, they had 29 calls, held 4 meetings, 2 department trainings, and a total of 211 call hours. And then on the public works realm of things, the crew has spent the last couple of weeks cold patching roads throughout town. At the present time, we have several equipment challenges. 2 of the town's wheelers, dump trucks, are currently out of service. One needs repair to the rear axle, and then the other one, I believe, has a fuel injection issue. We've taken it to a shop for a diagnosis and a repair estimate. We also have the patch wagon that we use for the cold patching. Needs some fabrication. It's rotted out in a few areas, so we've got parts coming for that and have to fix that. They'll be renting a grader on May 1st. Then they'll start working on grading some of the local gravel roads and also utilizing it to knock down some of the windrows on the side of the road. He'll also run a sweeper at the same time and try to get some of the sand swept up, including here at the municipal center. Posted roads, those signs are coming down this week. I've watched the roads and the heaves have come out of them, so I figure we can pull them down now. The other towns around us are doing the same, so those are coming down this week. The crew will open the cemetery May 1st. I'm assuming mowing's going to start soon thereafter. The rain has already started to make the grass grow quite a bit. And then prep work will also begin to ensure the cemetery is ready for Memorial Day weekend. The department is aware of many items throughout town that need attention, and they're working hard and doing their best to address all the issues that come up as quickly as possible. As you can imagine, with one truck, there's only so much we can do right now. And then I did put a little note in here about reminding people to slow down when they see public works working. When they were cold patching, there was a lot of close calls, people flying through, and it's common sense. Slow down if you see public works working. Other than that, that's all I got for you for this week.
Thank you. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? And the total on that warrant was $103,510.75. 2025-2026 quarterly financial report. Very exciting, another quarterly financial report.
It's technically not one day late. It was on the website before that. All right.
Anything popping out to you?
No, not really. As far as overages, the one area is insurance, but that's one division of the overall general government, so I don't foresee that being a problem. Obviously, it's that time of year where we only have 3 months left in the year, so we're kind of pinching pennies and watching what departments are spending. So I'm keeping an eye on fire and rescue. With that said, the Quint just had the starter go, so that was
Oh.
they were over there today servicing that. All in, for the year we've spent $3,944,205. We still have an unexpended balance of $1,478,555, which is right where we should be, the 75% mark. Obviously, some things get paid earlier on in the year, so it's starting to balance out now. The first and second quarter looked really high because we had paid for paving. Obviously, we don't have paving to pay for right now, so that came out quick. The one thing I will note is I haven't made this month's RSU payment. It's not like we're running low on money, but we haven't collected any tax revenue, and I've already paid for 3 months of the school on money we haven't collected yet. So that money's starting to trickle in, so I'll make the March payment here shortly. But other than that, as far as revenues, for administration, we have an uncollected balance of about $61,000. That's primarily like the last quarter of excise tax, any other pending payments we have coming in from that. We've already collected more than what I projected for the municipal center, and that's because of the BVC's rental. And then the fire department collected $100 in a donation, so they're up $100. The rescue department, at the time I did this, had an uncollected balance of $49,000. We collected roughly $20,000 for the month of March. I don't get that information until the day after the month closes, so this is actually 1 month off because that's the revenue that we received in March. So they're almost on track. I anticipate that they will exceed their revenue projections there. The rec committee, with sponsorships and everything, we still have an uncollected balance of $2,458. That's from my projections. That can always be affected by number of registrations, if we don't get the same number of kids, number of sponsors. But all in, looking at everything else. The library, I haven't done the transfers for the trust fund interest yet, so don't let that $14,000 fool you. I think I did that at the beginning of the month, so next month, if I take a look at this number will be a lot lower. Public Works is basically, we haven't done any driveway installations where we've been reimbursed, so all we've got for revenue there was the $7,000 the transfer station pays for the loader. Solid waste, we're right there. It's kind of offset because we got the last quarter of last year received this year, so we'll actually be over on that. Municipal revenue sharing, we have an uncollected balance of $145,000. This month we received another $20,000. I don't know if the projections that they gave us last year have changed much, but I never had an issue collecting what they said they're going to give us. We did collect $7,000 more on local road assistance than I had projected. And then our tree growth return with the revaluation, when we projected this budget, I only had historic figures to go off of. So with the new values and the new reimbursements we get from the state, you can see that we're $18,000 over what we projected for tree growth return, and that $25,000 is more consistent with the figure that we're going to get going forward. So in this year's budget, I did budget accordingly. So all said and done, grand totals we've collected, and this doesn't include taxes. This is just regular revenues. We've collected $1,129,612.30, which leaves an uncollected balance of $263,757 with 3 months left. I believe we'll probably exceed our revenue projections. I put the homestead and Betty there as an informational thing, but even if this is lower than what we projected, it doesn't matter because that doesn't get calculated into our MVR. That's automatically calculated by the state. And for tax collections, we're at 52.26%. So second half's not due till the 15th of this month. So that's a good number to be at. And then I included all the cash account summaries. I don't know if you want to go through each one of those, but operating cash right now without collecting the second half taxes at the end of March was $907,352. So that's our money market and our checking account. This time of year, it starts to go down because we haven't seen that influx of money. We spent money we haven't received yet. So you'll see a big bump in that in the next month or so. But all in, everything looks good. I started doing some work on the general ledger. I reached out to the auditor to find out the status of the 2025 audit. They happen to be on vacation, so I'll wait till they get back.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Any questions on the financial report?
I just need a motion from you guys to accept it so I can post it.
I'll make a motion that we accept the 2025, 2026 quarterly financial report as presented.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Thank you for your attention to detail, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
Approval of the minutes from the March 7th, 2026 Select Board meeting.
You guys can approve it because there's only 3 of you at the meeting. So
Oh, so okay.
as long as it's not a tiebreaker.
Um,
What did I screw up?
no, I don't know if you were, I just, under the 4A, it's like she felt it did not adequately set aside and then nothing. I feel like my comments were adequately captured in the above block, so I don't know if you'd want to flesh out the 4A section or if you'd rather just
Oh, right here.
get rid of that sentence. Half sentence. But other than that.
I think I started to write it here and then went back to the main one. So yes, I will strike
Okay.
that if that's what you vote on.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes with changes.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
One more discussion.
I don't think so. Nothing else popped out at me.
All right. Those in favor?
Please.
All right. Oh, yeah. Old business, the Boston Cane policy and nomination.
Yes, we'll get to that. So we received 2 nominations that I outlined in my email to Cameron and Bob. We had Lila Turner Perry, who is currently 101 years old. We had Marjorie Hazel, formerly Damon Gesner, who is, I believe, 98, at least at the time that this application was put in. I did want to point out that looking back on the policy, I did review it because Lillian had some questions. She was unsure if the select board would think that Lila qualified because Lila isn't technically, as far as my understanding, is in a facility. She's in a caregiver's home that is outside. I felt the policy as written would allow us to accept that, but I did bring a proposal for amendments to clarify that language that we can address afterward. Fully intend, I'm really appreciative of everyone who put the work into putting these together, and I fully intend on honoring both of these women. I'd love to get some information and like some storytelling from them about what it was like to grow up in such a different era than I did here in Buckfield. But for now, I'm going to make a motion that the select board honor Lila Turner Perry as the recipient of the Boston Post cane.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Further discussion?
For those, Azalea, for those people that don't know why you nominated the person that you did, why would you make
Oh,
go
yeah,
down?
sorry. Yes, it's been a minute since we discussed this, and yes. So the Boston Post cane was a tradition that was established in 1909 by the editor and publisher of the Boston Post newspaper. And he sent a letter out to all the municipalities and townships in New England offering a ebony cane with a gold top with the intention to honor the oldest citizen of a town with that. So we have had this cane for a long while. I believe back in the COVID era, we had a lapse of honorees. So this was just Historical made a good push to get it back and really establish like a sound nomination and application process. So thank you for the ladies who helped me out with that process. So this is, because it is to honor oldest person of the town. Technically, neither of these women live in the town boundaries, but they've spent very much of their lives here. And I'd imagine hold such interesting perspective about where we are now. But Lila technically is the eldest of the two that were submitted.
All right.
Any other comments, questions?
I was honored to serve for 5 years as the president of the Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
While I was she went to school with my dad.
Yeah.
Graduated from this building, and so I'm very happy that she's been chosen.
Yeah.
In March, Damon Gessner is a relative, so hopefully, next year.
Great family genes. Wonderful. Yes, thank you for sharing. Yeah, and Lillian and I'm sure others helped put together like a great, we can pass this around during the meeting or you guys can check it out after. I am going to leave this here with the town office Cameron because Lillian wanted some of this stuff back, but some really great historical fact finding on everything from like the house she was born in to the class she graduated from, clubs she was in. And I have some great information on Marjorie as well.
All right.
Information up here. Do we want to vote?
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm also going to make a motion that we amend the Boston Post Cane. Oh, is this okay? I just realized I might be jumping ahead. Boston Post Cane policy and nominate. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all
Never mind.
the same
I'm good. I'll make a motion that we amend the Boston Post Cane policy and nomination form. Somebody wants to second me?
I'll second that.
Thank you. It's in your packet. I tried to do two different things because I know we print in black and white. It was really just reorganizing a little and then mostly language changes. So anything with the gray highlight is, I just moved that. I didn't change the language. And of course, the light gray highlight at the end of the policy is just me adding the amendment language. And then I just use the language to clarify that, as long as they've lived in Buckfield and claim Buckfield as their hometown and primary place of residence for their life, but even if they are in a caregiver's home or elder care facility, that they are still eligible. And then same sort of thing on the application form. I just moved the drop-off information to the top. I struck the language saying place of residence and replaced it to hometown. And then it stands out a little less because I didn't cross anything out, but under eligibility confirmation, the second checkbox, I added language to say, the original said nominee / applicant is a current Buckfield resident. I added language to say, or resident up until residing in an elder care facility or other caregiving arrangement.
I think your changes really clear.
Okay, great.
It did nothing but clarify.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
a document that was already well written.
I'm glad you think so.
Thank you for that.
All right. All those in favor?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, new business, election clerk appointments.
These are our existing election clerks. We're supposed to reappoint before May 1st of a general election year, so we need reappointments before, well, this would be the last time to do it.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Kate Buck, Russell Clark, Penny Horsfall, Judith Bennett, Tina Brooks, Wendy Turner, Michelle Casey, and Cammie Warren as.
Jumped over Vivian.
Oh, and Vivian Wada. Sorry, Vivian. I didn't mean to do that. To 2-year election clerk terms ending April 30th, 2028.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you so much, everyone, stepping up to do that.
Thank you for serving.
All right. Town Line Road and Irish Hill Road?
Yeah, I added this to the agenda just because I knew Hartford was talking about it. We share maintenance on Town Line Road with Hartford, and this whole discussion got started over a missing stop sign. I sent Preston over, stop sign's still there. I don't know how people missed it, but either way, we've also received, and I guess it's the first time I've had the concern come to me, but we've received concerns from people that live on the Town Line Road side, I believe, of people driving through the abandoned portion of the road, which, as you know, the town abandoned the road in 2008, but through that process retained a public easement. So the fact, and this is just my opinion based off of my interpretation of the roads manual, because we don't have an ordinance restricting the type of traffic on that stretch of former road, we can't really do anything about people driving on it. If they choose to do so, they do it at their own risk. They get stuck, it's on them. They damage their vehicles, it's on them. But some of the neighbors had expressed that maybe if we put up some signage that says end of town maintenance or something, just kind of let people know that are following a GPS.
Yeah.
So I had come up with this is just a draft. I had come up with this sign that says end of town maintenance, public easement continues, road not maintained beyond this point, travel at your own risk. And since I knew Hartford was going to talk about it on their end, I figured why not talk about it on our end too. So thoughts, opinions?
GPS still takes them down that road?
Apparently it does.
It does.
I mean,
You never know. I was out in Vermont last year, and oh my God, it was the dead of night, and I start going down this road that I'm like, this is not meant for modern travel, but my Google was like tearing me through this like absolute dirt rocky road. I was like,
the irony with this road is, I mean, it's
Probably
very evident that it's no longer a road. I mean, it's overgrown. There's a road there, but it's like like a horse path.
Yeah.
But I just think it happens. I mean, if a sign's going to make people happy and maybe prevent some of it from happening, great. They're not that expensive, but.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a safety issue if they're following GPS and you just,
Yep.
Well, and I think from a liability standpoint, if we put something there, we've acknowledged like, hey, this is it.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about.
I like this, it's really clear. I didn't know if changing this to end of town road maintenance. And you could even get rid of the public easement continues. And then in your small print, road not maintained beyond this point, travel at your own risk. Just.
Yeah, I can do
end
that.
of town road, whatever.
I only kept the public easement continues there to acknowledge that we understand there's a public easement sort of thing in case it becomes one of those situations where the public is trying to access the road and people that own the abutting properties are saying they can't be there.
Oh, okay. Black man, super small print.
Just need end of road maintenance, or town road maintenance to be big and bold. And
Right, like that's what's really necessary.
Yeah.
And that, I think, will perhaps discourage some people.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't see why not.
Yep.
Great.
Need a
Thank you
motion?
for putting this together.
No worries.
Or whatever you decide it looks like, we don't have to
No, I just kind of wanted your take on it, because it's one of those roads, I know Buckfield has a history with that road with Hartford and stuff, and, I mean, we're on the summer road maintenance portion of it. The agreement's from like 1980 something, or maybe 96, and it's kind of vague. It talks about a certain portion of the local roads assistance going into an account to pay for it. It's just, when Hartford contacted me and said, who's responsible for the sign? I mean, I've got signs. It's a safety thing, right? And we have summer road maintenance right now, so
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be an issue to buy a sign and put it up, or use a sign we had, which we didn't have to buy anyways.
Yeah, in the long run, it'll save
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
making a poor choice unknowingly and then
Yeah.
seeking reimbursement. And
Perfect.
All right. Other business, select board comments.
I just wanted to thank everyone who spent the time. I had reached out to some of the social media groups urging people to testify in favor of LD 2226, probably a month or two back. This was a bill that would restructure the school funding formula to move a little further away from only taking property values into account and look toward the rate of low-income students as well as students with special needs. So looking at the long list of testimony that was given, I saw quite a few of you made a point to do that. So thank you so much for doing that. The governor officially signed that bill into law on the 16th, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on when it begins to go into effect, but thank you all for taking the time to do that, because I know you didn't have to, and I think it ended very positively.
I assume it's going to be at least 1 or 2 school years before they.
Yeah, I would. It won't be instant, that's for sure. But the study's done. They had the plan and they wrote it into law. So thank you for taking the time to do that.
No more select board comment? All right. Public comment.
I had just a couple of things I wanted to take a while to re-educate myself. I've not been to the select board meeting for quite a long time, but I'm happy to be here. Hopefully I'll have a little more time to attend. I wondered about, and maybe you addressed this, and I didn't hear you, Cameron, the sand on the sidewalks, is that scheduled to be removed sometime? I know we're down to 1 truck, so.
So they're gonna be renting. Are you talking about the sidewalks in town?
Yeah, sidewalks in town.
They're gonna be renting a sweeper. So there's a bunch of projects. Sorry, no, I'm not using the mic. They're gonna be renting a sweeper when they rent the grader at the same time. So there's gonna be a bunch of projects that they're doing, including the parking lot here, the roads, and the sidewalks will be
Okay.
part of that too. As long as we can get the sweeper up there. If not, we'll have to look at a different piece of equipment because we don't have a sidewalk sweeper.
Right. Okay, thank you. And I wondered if there's any possibility, since we now have our street sign askew once again across from the Buckfield Mall. It's very difficult when you're coming after dark to see the turn for the East Buckfield Road. And time again, people have missed it. And unless there's oncoming traffic to give you some light,
Yeah.
I just wondered if there's any possibility of having a street light there. It doesn't have to be overly bright, but just something to signify that this is where the road begins. You absolutely cannot see anything at night there. So that was my question. And it doesn't have to, I don't like light polluting or night polluting, light polluting lights, excessive light at night. But if it's the type of light that shines down, then it would just allow cars to see where the road starts, which it's very difficult to see right now.
Yeah.
I'd have to, so there's a light post right there, so I'd have to talk to CMP about adding a street light in that section. Which sign are you talking about? I know Preston fixed that sign today or yesterday.
Oh, he did fix it.
You talking about the road sign?
Okay.
That's been all finagled and.
Right, it
Yeah.
was, right. And
No.
also the one on the Bean Road was also askew.
I'll have him take a look at that, but I did send him over and he did put a new post in the ground and put new sign. He straightened that up, so that has been fixed.
But I can see where someone who is not acutely aware of where the road is and someone, right, it can be challenging to see.
Yes.
So is that something, Cameron, that some evening your family could take a ride around, just check it out and see what might be some options?
I mean, I can reach out to CMP and see what it would take to just add a street light to that one pole that's right there, which I think would solve the problem I mean, depending on what they send me for a proposal.
Are there different options, saying it may not need to illuminate it?
Yeah.
Because I don't want the neighbors to, complain about light coming in their windows. But if it's, the light that shines down, it would show the street sign, East Buckfield Road, and then say, oh, yeah, there it is. On those nights when there are no stars or moon, help you.
I think part of the issue is we don't have power over there. So in order to put a light there that isn't solar, which obviously they're not very reliable for what they offer for what we're looking for. I think a low light street light on that pole might be the most affordable option. That doesn't, cost us thousands of dollars to have CMP put in a power source.
So we'll look at the different options and hopefully have information about how we could move forward, hopefully at the next select board meeting. So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
If you want help during any of that, let me know.
That should be pretty easy. I've contacted CMP.
Any other public comment? Nope. All right. We don't need executive session, I would assume.
No, not that I know of.
Okay, good. We have a select board meeting on May 5th. I think that night is also,
The solid waste committee meeting.
yes, Cinco de Mayo.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I
We're
remember
gonna have
that.
a party.
I actually, when I was doing this, I was like, I feel like there's something on Cinco de Mayo that I was supposed to remember.
Yeah.
So solid waste. That one's in Buckfield this time, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then the very next night, we have the public hearing for the town meeting warrant and proposed ordinances. It's going to be a busy week.
Mhm.
And we have the withdrawal committee meeting on May 8th.
When's your next swap shop meeting? Because
We just had one. We don't have, I think we went with, that is gonna be a busy week. The swap shop is gonna have a quote compiling meeting on Sunday the 3rd at 4 p.m.
here.
Yes, please. And then I think, did the withdrawal committee also schedule another meeting for the 30th? Did that happen, or did I imagine that?
I believe they
Yes.
talked. Did you?
Didn't we do it for those 3 Thursdays?
Yeah, I think
That
you guys, I think they decided they needed another meeting this month.
I thought it.
Let me look.
It was a late night for me. I thought they just had a discussion about doing the 1st and 3rd of every month, and then, but I left the room too, so. If they did, I will get it fixed.
Yeah, withdrawal committee on the 30th of this month. And then should be the 7th, 21st. Right?
1st and 3rd, right?
No,
Yeah, because
that's
it
not-
mirrors our meeting schedule.
That's not right.
I don't know how to.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, the first and third would be the 7th and the 21st of May. 7th to 10th.
The May
Yes.
8th that it says here is incorrect.
I don't know why I put May 8th.
We're gonna have to review it, I think.
I'll update it on the agenda.
Yeah, because I don't recall.
But it should be the Thursday, and May 8th is obviously a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the 7th.
7.
But April 30th before that. What time is the solid waste committee meeting?
I believe we
On the
were
5th?
doing.
I think we scheduled it at 6.
6.
Yeah, because it was just, I don't think we had anything really. I just need the Buckfield end of things is fine. We need a letter from the Solid Waste Committee as well as the Sumner Select Board so that AvCog knows that everyone's willing to work together on this is just what I needed on the 5th.
And I also have a policy that I sent out to all the
Right.
members about commercial haulers.
Yeah.
You called me.
Well, without a policy, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not handing out stickers to anybody, especially if they don't live in town, whether they're providing a service or not. You need to have a policy first before I'll do that.
I agree.
And
Because
that's,
I'll be the one to hear about it. So I think I sent out a draft policy. If it needs to be tweaked or whatever, it's a start. I wanted to get ahead of it as soon as possible. So it actually works out that meeting's in a couple weeks because
Yep.
we can get that taken care of sooner than later.
Yep.
So is this Mr. Warren retiring from it completely? Okay.
that's the information.
Okay. That's why all of a sudden I assumed we were getting all kinds of inquiries about it.
They
It's
were
never-
trying to send out a flyer to let folks know what's available for other haulers. That's why she was in a hurry to,
I got you.
yeah, so she'd get on the flyer.
I got you. Well, it's definitely not me trying to be rude to anybody.
No.
No.
And that's,
We had talked about it when we had first started talking about fees, and we just never really discussed it again after that. And I had to do some research, look at what other towns around us are doing, like Norway, and
Yeah.
and there is policies in those places, so I kind of mirrored it after theirs.
Yeah.
With the understanding that if a hauler is caught disposing of waste from a town other than Buckfield and Sumner, that they will be immediately suspended and trespassed from the property.
Mm-hmm.
We get enough trash on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if no one has anything else. Nope. All right, so I'll make a motion that we adjourn at 7:10 p.m.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Diane.
Thanks for coming.